the audience. Coco. Coco. Hi.
Are you filming her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Coco Bean.
She's a good girl.
A lop ear. Okay.
She'd jump over that wall if we could.
Let's do it.
Are we just rolling?
Yep, we're rolling.
Just rolling. Okay. Off the cuff. All right. So, got an email from Aaron. What is Aaron's last name? Gosh, I'm sorry, Aaron. Aaron Fields. Aaron Fields. He's going to be the sign carver of the day. Made a really cool sign. I'm going to show you in a second. So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for your YouTube channel, all the great advice available. My question was, do you have any tips or tricks to try and protect detail work from the sanding process to remove the black paint? My issue is protecting the small pieces of the outset images from chipping. For example, the small outset part of the letter on the inside of an A, on the inside of an inset A. The letters are normally okay, but with detailed artwork, the sander always seems to grab a few pieces. Anyway, so I answered, and he's doing his sanding process just like I do mine, with the small belt sander, 50 grit, and then an 80 grit. So I got back to him, and I answered him based on his email there, and it said, okay, first things first, I want to make sure that you're not spraying the black too heavy, because if you spray the black too heavy, like I've talked about before, it means you got to take more off. So that was one. The second part was make sure you're sanding on the surface. Make sure you're sanding with the grain, not against the grain. Sanding against the grain and you've got a piece sticking up, it's real easy for that sander to kind of tip on you. Third is you may not be carving deep enough, because at that point I hadn't seen what the issues that he's really having other than his description. So, and then the last thing I said is that you may want to consider not going with a 50 grit on your first sand for the front until you really get a feel for that sander, because that 50 grit, man, it cuts that wood off there so fast. And it's so easy to take too much. So anyway, he got back to me, and I don't have his return, but he sent me a picture of what he was doing. And this made all the sense once I saw the picture. So this is his sign, which I really like it. He did a great job on this little sign. But what he said in the return email is that down in the little pieces in here, those little pieces in between the deer legs and, you know, the middle of the A, the middle of the P, that's the part where he was having. Now, how close can you zoom in on that, babe? Because I'm not sure you guys can see it. But what I realized is that he's cutting everything with a straight cutter. He's not using a V-groove. I didn't realize that until I saw the picture. And there's a reason that I'm going through all this for you guys. So anyway, so I got back to him.
Nice sign.
Yeah, it is a very nice sign. I really like it.
Yeah, I got up close.
So Aaron, you are the sign carver of the day, because I really like your sign. So the issue with cutting with a straight cutter is, and I brought this out. This is one that I did, I think, on an LTS or a while back. But you can see that this was cut with a flat bottom bit, or actually our spiral bit. But see, it's a 90-degree edge. Now, the issue with that is, but this was cut with a profile bit, so it has a V-groove to it. If you're cutting everything with a straight cutters, one of the reasons I don't use straight cutters to cut my profiles, or I don't use straight cutters hardly at all, unless I'm trying to do a flat bottom, flat background. You can see that 90-degree angle, number one, it causes you to almost always spray the ink too heavy, because you've got so many different angles because of the 90-degree to the surface that you've got to hold it at 3, 4, 5, 6 different angles in order to get black in there. Whereas the V-groove, it's much easier for that spray to cover your carving. And second of all is the sharp edges that it leaves. So for instance, if this was inset and you had the middle of an A, like here, if you've got the middle of the A or any little pieces like that, if you're carving that inset, and that's carved with a straight cutter, then you've got a 90-degree angle there, and it's a very sharp corner. Unless you're really super careful with that sander, chances are you might catch the edge of that. But if it's cut with a V groove, then it's more of a softer edge. You've got a much less chance of that sander, that sanding belt catching the edge of that. So those are a couple different reasons that I don't use a straight cutter very often. I like V grooves. Easier to spray to get coverage in the carving, and less chance that your sander is actually going to catch the edge of your piece, either an internal piece or an external piece. So I hope that helps you guys of why now you would know. And I've never really covered this before. I didn't realize it until Aaron, until he sent me that picture of why he was having issues. So that's one of the a couple of reasons why I don't use straight cutters hardly at all. I like V groove. So hope that helps. Everybody have a great day. We will see you soon. LTS is coming up, only a little over a week away. So get me your questions, and keep those questions coming, by the way, guys, and pictures for Sign Carver of the Day. So we'll see you soon. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.